Hello, fellow tourists. My name is Josh, and welcome back to another episode of Dr. Stone. Things are ramping up. We have finally seen the 0 point, point blank. We have seen the origin point of the petrification beam that's completely stoned the earth thousands upon thousands of years ago. And then we also got some advanced technology. We are going towards the actual namesake of this season with Science Future, with Senku building Senku, as well as with the help of Chrome and everyone else with them, building the first ever completely 100% invisible submarine to radar. Or not submarine, invisible thing in general to radar. It was a boat. They've created diamonds. The crew that stayed back in the corn village was given a task by Senku. I don't think they know why they're doing it. They probably have their reasonings, or they probably have their thoughts. I don't think they 100% know why they're doing it. But Senku is planning on potentially attempting to revive one of these Medusas by giving it a new diamond heart. And there was a lot of great comments last episode in both YouTube and some that got really late on Discord. So I will be going over those at the end of this episode. So we'll do a little retrospective look after this episode. But yeah, let's just get right into it, because as always, this is Dr. Stone, and I just wish I could binge this series.
It's like printing money. We're all gonna be filthy, stinking rich. Senku's a genius.
In what economy, my dude?
I can finally relax.
Which is why
What?
we're gonna dig up some natural diamonds too.
Okay.
But if all that grueling work was pointless.
It's only when humans get involved that these ordinary stones transform into treasures.
Okay. Right. But like, why do we still need the new ones?
Oh, and not to mention super dope stratovolcanoes.
Be very careful.
And I'm supremely jelly because the last time it erupted was in the early 1900s and it spewed kimberlite everywhere.
Like I said, be extremely careful.
It's been a few thousand years, so we're totes Scooter.
Which of the two do you think is stronger?
That's way too easy. It's gotta be natural.
There's
So-
no way it's harder than the crap we cooked up with pure science.
Ah, there it is. The unfounded belief that natural must inherently be superior to man-made. It's rather ironic.
I was gonna say, because
The
you're
one who has
asking, it
lived
has to be a
without the
trick
benefit of
question.
Our 21st century learnings readily came to the correct conclusion.
You can only cut one with another diamond. That's why we need the synthetic version.
Okay.
It's actually harder than the natural stuff. We're gonna use a ton of synthetic diamond dust to make sandpaper.
Okay, so you're gonna sand the diamond
We
down
need
to
those
shape.
tiny fake diamonds so we can grind down and polish a big natural one.
You won't hear from the expedition team again. We're seizing all communication.
Oh, that's serious, huh?
Serious?
Yeah.
Don't forget about Stanley.
What if
Stanley
he's
is right
Around
behind
South
them.
America.
He's using clever phrasing to thinly mask our true intentions from Stanley. He has no idea what's in store. A mountain of Medusas and utter defeat by the kingdom of
And
Science.
Zeno just yells, "They have diamonds!" Oh no! Zeno, stop fingering the coils. Dang it, why is no one watching Zeno?
And then tells us everything we need to know about how to craft one.
Good work. You
Tsukasa,
win.
Zeno's literally in your eye line.
Thanks for you.
After all, we're both rocket scientists.
Senku found out.
This pattern's consistent and intentional.
Come on, Morse code, guys. I mean, I don't know why I'm trying to tell you.
The fledgling science
Stop
team
fingering it. He's
Zeno is
magnetic.
sending us a message. Instead, we'll beat them to their next stop.
Dang, yeah. Why is no one watching Zeno? It's okay, Koda.
Are we really there already?
Not quite.
We're just
They
taking
know.
a shortcut.
How is there a pile of gems sitting around like a natural treasure chest?
I mean, no one's been there to collect it. Oh my god, I'm watching Ruby Rocks and I know exactly what they're doing.
Separated themselves?
Some people say, from the Earth's grand perspective, humans are nothing more than grody parasites.
I mean, yeah, we have not been here as a species that long at all.
About science. Humanity has survived off the Earth's resources.
Oh, they're making their stone sanctuary. Okay, they're literally making a stone sanctuary.
And is there a reason we're building a sturdy as all get out fortress?
It's so we stand a chance in our final battle against
Stanley is coming, my dude.
He's afraid of him or anything. I'm just kidding.
It's okay to be scared of him.
Ha ha! No matter. It's the ship that we want.
What is the ship?
Ah, they're gonna steal the
I
Perseus.
don't understand.
Think about our
Steal
next
it back.
move.
We're gonna take down Stanley and his crew and reclaim the Perseus.
Ambitious, man.
Meanwhile, Stanley will be trying to take us down. We're gonna have to settle this thing.
Man,
Here
they've
at
got
the finish
machine guns. They gotta get some diamonds fast. Shoot, they're still injured too.
Not well.
Jeez, why is it going so slow?
I'm pretty sure we're oomed.
Chrome! What is your arm?
And that will be the end.
We can set these things up everywhere.
Oh no, the poor little guy.
I predict lots of misfires.
Easy. We just need to unleash Kazuki's fury.
Yeah!
We've got a problem. Somehow it's one that even furious flexing won't fix, and I'm afraid it's about our precious.
No, that's
friend
impossible.
Medusa.
I run at them with a Medusa in hand, then I just go ahead and petrify all of them. 100 meters, 1 second.
100 meters?
So your big plan is to charge at them and self-destruct?
Just pour some revival fluid on me before the victory.
I mean, I
party.
guess even if he does get
1,000,000%
shot.
chance that your dumbass would get shot.
Yeah.
Let's do 3,000 meters in 1 second.
3,000
One of us stays
meters.
super far away from the battle. And afterwards, they revive everyone on our side. Whoa!
Oh, it's so risky.
Way to go, Chrome.
What if our Medusa carrier gets shot before they can set it off?
Buddy, you said 3,000 meters. Why do they need to be so close?
That horrible technology nearly wiped out humanity. Now we've managed to transform it into our very own guardian angel.
It's not gonna work, guys. We heard the plan.
But first,
We know the exact
we
plan
still
in
need to
detail.
reboot the petrification
It's not gonna work.
device.
Yeah, no worries there. The diamond batteries you're making are tough as shit. Like a bad amount of toughness. If anything, they're even harder to crack than the ones they're replacing.
Thanks for noticing. I haven't lost my touch. I
Is
cut them
that
all to perfection,
the
so there's no chance
issue?
of them cracking. If I hammer a diamond from a Medusa just so, I can't help but wonder what'll happen to the tiny battery.
It's the same result for each of them.
So they're meant to break.
Putting them into perfect halves.
Alright, well, first of all, the plan is going to 100% fail. We know every single facet of it. It's not gonna go well. Also, what episode? We're on episode 19? Let me see. That's technically episode. I'm going to my anime planet because I have. We're on episode 7. We're halfway. I guess this was over the halfway point of the season. Oh man, it doesn't feel like it, right? It feels like we have more. Like, okay. So the goal is to sail to that one place in order to get all the materials to build another spaceship, or not another spaceship, to build a spaceship. So they need the boat to get there, or not the boat. They need the ship to get there. Do we touch land on that magical place before the end of the season, or much like last season, do we end off on a cliffhanger of we got the boat and now we sail? Because if that's the case, then that means the next, what, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, the next 5 episodes would be against a fight against Stanley. And if it's a cliffhanger, not a cliffhanger, if we touch land by the end of the season, at least that means the next 4 episodes would be a fight against Stanley. I don't know, maybe in the next 2 episodes we finish off Stanley and then we start heading off towards the next area. I don't know. I do have some manga reading friends that have said that there is one excellent point within this series, or within like this season, that they can leave off on a very big cliffhanger, which means I have to wait another, what, 6 months, another season, 4 months I think, in order to start Dr. Stone again. The series is torture. It's torture. But we did. I feel like this was a big episode. Last episode, I feel like we did do a bit, right? Because we found out about some of the Medusa's like its stealth technology, and making the diamonds. I felt this one just went fast. We got so much out of it. I loved it. This was a great episode. Specifically, because Senku was definitely surprised when he saw that Zeno's coil or Zeno's fingers were magnetic. So it's not that he's all right, Tsukasa, I know that Zeno's going to attempt to reach out to Stanley. Do not stop him. So he was definitely surprised. I mean, I'd be surprised too if I saw someone fingering coils, but that's neither here nor there. So this plan was made on the go because, yeah, they definitely know where they're going. It's Stanley E and his crew. So there's no point in getting there as long. I mean, I understand Senku. Look, I feel like at this point though, like I understand Senku, right? He doesn't like he doesn't want to play like the prison guard. He wants Zeno to be around because Zeno is a decent help. But at this point, I feel like Zeno can't offer much anymore. Like, yes, he's a brilliant scientific mind, but now we are at the final battle, or we're gearing up for the final confrontation between Stanley and Senku. I feel like we're gonna want to have Zeno away from the plan, like do not let him within earshot, and B, you're gonna want him tied up, especially if you're gonna like petrify everyone. I don't think we're reviving Zeno. As much as I love his dynamic with Senku, I think at this point we're done reviving Zeno because it's like this guy. Yes, he's curious. He wants to know what happened, but also like Buddy wants he wants to see his hubby, man. And if we revive him, but not revive Stanley, because what would be the point of doing all this if you revive Stanley? Like, Zeno's just going to attempt to... Eventually, he's going to screw you over. So at this point, I can't... I'm slightly frustrated. Like, Senku, please. Because at least, like, Senku has planned for this. But it seems like last-minute stuff. It doesn't seem that he was wanting to have this confrontation. Or at least he wanted to be more prepared before having this confrontation. But I'm like, please, Senku, I hope that like everything about the whole 3,000 meter we're gonna blow ourselves up plan, I hope Zeno wasn't there to hear that, or any of the plan, because he's definitely like he's definitely like getting to the point. I'm like, all right, I'm getting fed up. I'm getting fed up with this. That's not a good Zeno impression. That's a little closer to Hyoga. But like Zeno's getting fed up by this. Like he's learned enough to be able to continue without Senku, I believe. But man, I wonder if they're gonna do anything else with Zeno's magnetic fingers. I don't think so, but I wonder. I really did think he was sending them a code though. Do we know what Zeno told Stanley yet? I don't think we do. I don't think we've heard, or I don't think we've seen a flashback to Stanley hearing what Zeno said, unless I'm forgetting or I just didn't see, or like I wasn't paying attention, which I don't think I did. Because I wonder what Zeno told Stanley, or like mouthed to Stanley. I love you. I know. Maybe. But no, I don't think so. It'd be way more practical than that. And then I was really thinking that the fingering coils was going to be like Morse code messaging, but it just seems that like Zeno's trying to warn them in general, like, hey, something's up. Don't go in this blindly. Which maybe that's what's going to be what happens. Like, since Zeno has a feeling, or not Zeno, since Stanley has like a feeling that not everything is going to be as easy as it should be for him and his guns and his men, his military men. I wonder if he'll have like a similar idea of like, okay, what if they have a petrification device? We're going to have either my female version is gonna be up front pretending to be me, or my female version will be in the back in case like something happens, in case there's like a big petrification beam, and then she'll come and revive, or not, I guess not revive, but at least get everyone, put them on the ship, and then I don't know. I know they have the revival recipe, but I don't know if they have like any on hand. But yeah, I guess like she's out there, waypoint here, go back like Brody. I'm gonna need like 20. I'm gonna need about 20 gallons of revival fluid, and Brody's like, "Yo, what happened?" And they got us. Or more likely, like they find, like, let's say they put Suika as the one that is gonna revive everyone. Like she or Stanley find Suika and then just revive everyone with what they were gonna use, with what the Kingdom of Silence is gonna use. So something has to go wrong, because we heard the entire plan, and never in the history of media do you hear the plan and the plan goes exactly as planned. Something's gonna go wrong, and something's gonna go real wrong. I do respect Taiju. Like, I mean, I said it before, and I have some comments about it too. I respect Taiju so much. Bro is just willing to sacrifice himself. He's like, guys, I got this. It's okay. I will run in, and you will revive me. And while he is, like, you know, he is confident that they can revive him because of the whole petrification thing, like, he's not thinking ahead of, oh shoot, yeah, they're military. They know what they're doing. Even if they don't, an accidental headshot with that many people firing, very likely. I love Taiju so much. I'm so glad we get to see more of him. And then Chrome, once again, it's like Chrome just comes up with great ideas. It's, oh man, it sucks that we heard the plan. It is a good idea. It is a good idea, but something's wrong gonna happen. Definitely someone is gonna be staying behind on Stanley's crew. At least one person, maybe more. Because I mean, Stanley does know not to underestimate them, but Stanley also knows, like, he took out like the entirety of the kingdom. Well, I guess they didn't have their warriors with them. The only warrior they had was Masakaze, I believe. But Stanley took out a majority of the Kingdom of Science by himself in a sneak attack. So he knows, like, at least he can take out most of these people. He's already wounded their two best fighters. Their other two fighters, Kohaku, is on par with the other two, or with the wounded ones, but that's only one person, and then Ukyo is just a ranged fighter, and they have much better range, and they're all military trained, so he doesn't need to send everyone. Sending everyone would actually be foolish, and I think he knows that, which means he can send half his forces. It would seem very overwhelming. If Senku doesn't even... I don't even think Senku knows how many forces they have. And they have the plane fixed too, but I guess they're not taking it. Yeah, they don't know where they're landing, so... But, it's going to be a good battle. I hope we actually get to see it next episode. I would love to see, like, the next two episodes be the battle, and then the last three... Or maybe the last two. Then the next 3 episodes battle, next 2, or whatever combination. I do want to see them at least, like, touch foot over there, because, I don't know, 12 more episodes, like, to wrap up the series after this season. It doesn't feel like enough, but I'm also heavily biased. I love Dr. Stone too much. I don't want to see it go. Oh, man. And then I really like the diamond stuff. That solves it. I was really thinking, like, are they going to try and create a bigger diamond? But no, there they are. That's really cool how the synthetic diamond is harder than a natural diamond, which it does make sense. And I probably would have gone with Taiju's answer too. But the fact that the question was asked, I'm like, okay, it's a trick question. It's a trick question. But yeah, I would have thought that the natural would have been stronger, but no, I mean, because it's synthetic, we could just make something stronger than the original version. I mean, I'm sure that diamonds are not the only thing. But yeah, I mean, I also loved Kohaku. Like, there's that's part where Gen was saying that some people say that humans are just parasites living on Earth. Relatively, we are nowhere near as old as like the dinosaurs in terms of our species' reign on Earth. We don't have that much history. I mean, yeah, we have a lot of history, but we don't have, relatively to Earth's lifespan, that much history. We're a speck. But I love that Kohaku just has that belief in humanity, where she's not cynical about it, where a lot of people are, but she's like, yeah, no, we are here. We have made so many incredible tools with science. Let me listen to what she said again. And what happened to my desktop? Oh, why is it doing this? I don't know. Every time I turn my second monitor on, it just does this stupid thing. And I'm like, oh man, now I have to reorganize everything. But I love what she said she had to say about humanity and science. I think I skipped it. Or maybe not. No, I don't know. I lost it. But I liked that Kohaku was able to have like a little scene there. And this season really, it's ramping up now. Like, it's ramping up in terms of the battle. And I'm very curious to see where this season does end. I forgot what my theories were for last season. I was making some theories like, is this season going to end at this point, or is it going to end a little bit further? And I don't remember what my theories were, but I'm pretty sure I was wrong. I usually am wrong when it comes to Dr. Stone's pacing. But yeah, I'm very interested. I love the ideas that they're coming up with. Like, we're gonna booby trap the entire forest. We'll have like little sound mixers to like scare the enemy, and then it's not that easy because of all the animals. And then of course the biggest one is they can't crack the idea of the Medusas. They need way more time, and they have at least are maybe able to get one. It's interesting that the diamonds are meant to break. It's not that they're perfect. They are meant to have a little crack within them to perfectly split in half. So maybe that's how like the energy transfers into them. Like it transfers into them and then peeks out. I'm not sure. And then there was a design thing within the Medusa. I think this is so like from the last episode. It looks like, because like they had all the Medusas right there. The last episode made it look like there was like the diamonds were just like visible. Like because Kohaku was like, okay, let me see, and she was able to spot the diamond in one of the Medusas. So I thought it was just visible that entire time, but it does look like with Kasaki here dissecting the Medusa, tearing them apart, and then even with Joel's episode, I think before that, they did have to take the Medusa apart, and there's like a panel that the diamond is hiding behind, which makes sense in terms of protecting the diamond. And it's not fragile at all. It is meant to have those imperfections. And I thought those imperfections, other than the burning, because I think they said that something about like the diamonds looked kind of burned or charred. Other than that, the diamonds are supposed to have that split imperfection right there. But the way that last episode showed it with Kohaku looking for them. So maybe that was a defective one, or maybe it broke on impact. Or maybe they already dissected them a little bit. But it looks like there's a panel that the diamond hides behind. Which, that solves a little something for me. Because I was like, oh man, wait, like, how, like, are the Medusas all really fragile? But no, they're pretty sturdy. I mean, they survived re-entry. They survived re-entry, but they cannot survive Kasaki trying to look into them. Okay, so that's all I really had for that episode, but we do have some really good comments from last episode. And I think this is how we're going to end up doing. We're just going to be looking at comments from like last week's episodes, because I am starting to record these a little bit earlier. So sometimes people on the Discord aren't able to get their questions in, or not their questions, like their thoughts in before I finish recording or before I have like the thing like the episode edited. So I guess we'll have like a little retrospective segment at the end of every episode, looking back on some of the YouTube comments and some of the Discord comments. Again, which if you would like, you can check out the Discord down in the description below. And if you want me to get to your questions, then if you watched the episode early, send them in the Discord, and then I will get to them here in the video, not live, but live-ish, because or at least they'll be in the video that the episode was dedicated to. Anyway, starting off with, we have quite a few from Lucas Lime, which he was also featured in last week's episode, about no one seeing falling, the Medusas falling in space. You must remember that the Medusas are small and they all went to Brazil in a very specific place. Humanity could only realize when the giant ball of light appeared. So not even the astronauts on the ISS could see anything, even if they were paying attention in the window. So that just makes me wonder, like how small would a swarm of these look? Like I understand the logic of it. Like they were so small, they fell from space, and they all landed here, which I think was like they said something right last episode where or not last, a couple episodes ago, where Chrome said, hey, we'll just let's make a system where if we see the petrification beam, we can pull something, and then like a few minutes after we get petrified, like we'll get revived by revival fluid. And Senku said, or someone said that, well, if you wanted to make sure everyone was petrified, you wouldn't just set off one, you would set off multiple every now and then. So I wonder if they did do that, right? If Y-Man did set off multiple, would he send off multiple, like, all right, you the whole Earth in 1 second, you the whole Earth in 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds, right? And then anyway, I wonder, like, they are pretty small, but if he sent all of them at the same time, which granted he did not send all of them at the same time, because they did say some are older than others. I wonder how many he did send in the first wave, because I'm just thinking, like, you could see flies, like if you see like an army of flies, granted they are not coming from space, but no, I do get it. So they did fall from space. There was just like some miscommunication for me, like the way they worded in the show, it sounded like they all fell around the, okay, yeah. I'm just reading the comment I sent him because I'm trying to put myself back in the mindset of what I was thinking back then. Yeah, so my slight confusion was, one, how did no one see all that? But two, the way it was worded last episode, it sounded like they all fell around the world to petrify the world. So like this one gets Brazil, this one gets France, this one gets like California, yada yada yada, this one Texas, this one Japan, all that. But they all did fall in one location, which I guess Y-Man was not a fan of that comic book shop. He's like, they didn't have Batman number 348 when I had the money to buy it. Chuck it down, destroy it, chuck it to the fire to see the. But yeah, I guess like with their small size, coming from space at that speed, it would be very hard to see it with the naked eye. Especially if no one's looking or paying attention. Like, of course, like no one's gonna see it with like any way of seeing it technological wise. Like, it's not like, oh, we have an asteroid coming because we can, like, we're getting like this ping. But no, like these things are completely invisible to the pings. And then like the people on the ISS, the spaceship Senku's dad was on, Byakuya, like they wouldn't be able to see it because like if they were on the other side of the world, depending on what side of the world they were on when they fell, like just way too far. It's way too tiny. That space is way too large. And then Lucas Lima also has something very important here, which I should write down because I tend to forget this. So let me just write down. I'll say. So Masukaze is from the year 5000, 700 years before the show. Yeah, they fell and formed a pyramid in Mana City, but the way Y-Man managed to make a perfect pyramid will be revealed later. I'm telling you, aliens. So we do know that some of these Medusas, Masukaze year, or actually I'll just put 700 years old. So we do know that some of these Medusas are like newer, thanks to Masakaze, which I still think that means Y-Man is somehow monitoring the Earth. Either, like I said, an AI that checks on it every now and then, go, hey, wait, there's civilization down here, or him personally waking up every 1,000 years, every 500 years maybe, do a quick scan of the Earth, and go, hey, there's civilization here. And I guess he's just missed Ishigami Village. Or he's just having fun. He's like, wouldn't it be great if I just petrified this entire island? And there's, oops, there was people there. But yeah, I tend to forget how old Masukaze is. So 700 years before the show. Hey, those petrification, I mean, like, I know, like, we've seen the petrification beams or devices from the ones that petrified the Earth. They are well made because these things have not rotted one bit. Sure, they don't work anymore, but like compared to a bunch of the other things that we've seen, like buildings, bridges, anything from the 21st century, that's all gone. Sure, there's some ruins, but it's still gone. Like, you can't even tell sometimes what it used to be. But these things, perfect condition in terms of like their shape. Another Lucas Lima comment: this new ship is beyond the 21st century, and that's so cool. The Medusa is also somewhat bulletproof. It is a very defensive and stealthy ship. The show is set in the 58th century, and finally the show is heading towards the season's little science future, which I forgot that technically the Medusa is bulletproof because Stanley shot it once or twice, I think. Like they threw it at him as a bluff, and he shot it to make sure that it wouldn't hit his ship, and it did not break. Which I wonder how much force is my boy caught. No, the Medusa they threw at him was the 700-year-old one, so these ones are probably a lot more brittle. They don't have as much, or they're upgrades too. Like maybe the one that they threw at Stanley is a little stronger. Maybe the Y-Man has perfected a little bit of how he does them, and the ones that are from 3,000 years ago, 3,000 years ago, yeah, those ones are brittle because of age, or maybe they're just not made the same way. But yeah, the ship that they have, depending on how many, depending on like the condition that they're in, it's pretty defensive. It would be a good shield, if they were all as strong as the one that they threw at Stanley. But yeah, I mean, they even said it. We're heading towards, or this is science future, or something like that. And I was like, roll credits, last episode. Which, yeah, we are getting more into the sci-fi stuff. While it's kind of implausible that Senku is able to have like a professional degree in everything that he's made so far, everything that he has made is technically within the realms of possibility. Like, you can do that within like those Stone Age limitations. Which I've said it before, but I love that the author does, like, from what I've heard, he does do his research. He consults actual scientists, like, hey, I know like this is like maybe improbable, but theoretically, could someone do this? And what materials could they substitute for something that maybe they can't attain? I love that. And then the final one from Lucas Lima is, if you think about it, most of the Kingdom of Science generals are former enemies of from the Tsukasa Empire, with the exception of Senku and Chrome, which the generals were Tsukasa himself, the leader of the Tsukasa Empire, Ukyo, a defector of the Tsukasa Empire, Ryusui, Chrome, and Senku. Was there a sixth one? I don't remember. Let me actually look at the intro. I was gonna Google it, but I remembered a safer way to do that. Dr. Stone for season 4 part 1 intro. There is a much safer way to do this because I think that they show the generals. Again, yes, okay. Oh no, Tsukasa is not a general. My bad. So Ukyo and Gen, unless this goes on a little bit longer. No, okay, I'm just watching the intro at this point. Okay, so Ukyo and Gen, which are two of the... Ukyo is kind of like their... I mean, they're all strategists, but Gen is like their mental strategist, Ukyo is their military strategist. Those are pretty big ones. I mean, especially Ukyo, because I feel like he has... I mean, no, both of them. Gen has equal, if not more, like, tasks than Ukyo. Ukyo gets a lot of lines, and he gives a lot of advice. But Gen has been going like behind the scenes. He's been infiltrating. He gives mental suggestions and mental advice. Like both of them are huge gets for the Kingdom of Science, and as being former enemies of the Tsukasa Empire, I do remember. I know I inspired this comments because someone previously in another comment had said, thinking back on it, it's kind of crazy how Tsukasa and Hyoga like caught bodies, and now like they were really big enemies, and now that they're like really chill within the Kingdom of Science. But like it is not. Like, I love that Dr. Stone does redeem its antagonists. I mean, other than like some of them can't be redeemed, like Ibarra. There's no redeeming him, but a lot of the other characters or antagonists are either misguided, like Tsukasa. He believed he was right, but he was shown a better way for a future that he wanted, and Hyoga also was shown a better way and humbled. But no, it is not. It is very easy to forget that both Gen and Ukyo, when they were first shown, they weren't. They were not allies. Gen was kind of. I was kind of split on Gen in terms of like what side he was going to land on. In the end, he did choose Senku, but there were times, like within the first 2 or 3 episodes of his introduction, where I thought like, oh, he could go either way. And then Ukyo, he was always a sweetheart. But like they always kind of showed him like, what is he plotting, right? What is this Ukyo guy? Or who's this Archer guy? It's like, is he plotting to take over from Tsukasa? Is he plotting on betraying him? So it is. Dr. Stone is no stranger in redeeming its antagonists, but I do not believe Stanley nor Zeno. I think those two, they're going to join Ibarra in permanent petrification. Or at least until they get a prison system up and running. And then the last YouTube comment we have one more from Discord, but this is from John Doe. I really appreciate Chrome's unconventional thinking shown with the Medusa stealth ship. While Senku is obviously smarter, he tends to favor logical thinking and solves things like a puzzle. On the other hand, Chrome is more perceptive and creative, especially since everything is new for him. Instead of being locked into a specific way of thinking, he treats science more like an art and applies his knowledge to create new concepts, which even goes into this episode with him having his confidence that a synthetic diamond would be stronger than a natural diamond. But yeah, I mean, I've said this time and time again, Chrome is one of my favorite characters of the show, and like his brain really cannot be underappreciated. Like you cannot underappreciate his brain, because so much like stuff that has been made within this series as like the Kingdom of Science evolved, Chrome has come up with the ideas that either built this stuff or helped build it, or get the roadmap to build it. He's come up with the ideas, and while like, yeah, we know it, like I think he made a metal detector in late season 1 or sometime in season 2. He made a metal detector. He made a water wheel. he didn't make the gas mask, but I believe he did help a lot with it. Even before that, when he was like the Chrome, the trickster, Chrome the magician, he found out that different was it rocks or powder created different fire, and like while he doesn't know calculus, but he did know some form of math. Like, for a person with all of Chrome's handicaps, aka no knowledge of modern science, he has found out and created so much, which technically Chrome is the first person to build all that. Like, he has no look back. He's not going, oh, well, if Einstein was able to do this, then maybe I can piggyback and do this. Or like, I know that, like, Senku, like, I'm not trying to detract from Senku. Senku's very smart, but a lot of the stuff he's rebuilding it. He's like, okay, I know how a car works. I'm gonna make a car. Whereas Chrome is like, what if there's a way to shorten transportation by putting a cart on 4 wheels and putting an engine in it? What is an engine? Well, that would create some form of energy to push that 4-wheeled thing. Like, I mean, like, I know I'm like overselling it. It's not that simple, but like, Chrome has been able to come up with so many ideas, and they are his ideas. He's not influenced by anyone that came before him, because for him, no one did come before him. There is no history. There is no textbook. So like, while Senku, when he's looking for answers, he looks back into what he already knows, because that is the easiest way. And right now they need easy ways. They're like, Senku could make whatever he wants. You know, if he had the full disposal of the 21st century, he could start making new things. Granted, it would take a lot longer because so much has been discovered already. But right now, he cannot focus on making new discoveries. He needs to get the Earth back to where it was in order to go defeat Y-Man and accomplish his dream of becoming an astronaut. So he does look to the past a lot in order to solve a lot of his own problems, because usually the answer is within the past because it's already been created. You know, there's like there's a source for it. There's like, you can go back, you can wiki it. Well, aka his head. Senku is Wikipedia for science, so he can wiki it within himself. Whereas Chrome, he looks at this new device, this thing that has no history, it has no wiki entry, and he just starts thinking like, okay, what have I seen from this? What have I seen it do? What are some questions that Senku's not asking because he's not thinking of them? Which I love. I just love how both of them are scientists, but both of them play a slightly different role within their dynamic. I mean, I love Chrome and Senku. I love the cast of this show so much, and I think so many of them bounce off of each other so well. Chrome and Senku are two of the best characters in terms of dynamic within the show, and that just John Doe. I didn't appreciate Chrome last episode for doing that, but I honestly could not have said it better myself than John Doe here. Because Chrome does deserve the credit. He thought of the unconventional. He's like, hey, wait, like, you know, like, from what we know, how come no one, like, since your society was so advanced, how come no one saw all this coming? And then that's what sprung the idea into Senku. Like, wait, Chrome's asking the right questions. So that's brilliant, John Doe. That's a great catch right there. And then for Discord, we have one from Hamilton from last episode as well. Lol, first, very, very late about Dr. Stone. Had a bunch of stuff to do, so this is the only time I could watch the episode. First off, oh, Taiju, what a man. Like, it's funny, but it's also... but also, let's be real, you would be scared so bad jumping into a bunch of the Medusas and not knowing if they'll actually work or not, let alone if they could cause a chain reaction. Yeah, that's a big thing, right? Like, what happens when you have so many Medusas go off at the same time? But Taiju, I love that. I mean, even here now, Taiju is willing to be the sacrificial lamb. Like, he's scared, but he has absolute faith in Senku and his friends that like whatever I do, they'll be able to bring me back. And he doesn't take into consideration like a lot of the real dangers of, yeah, I'm gonna just run into a whole into a armed gunfire. You know, he doesn't take into the considerations like, hey, maybe I can't come back from that. But it's like the faith he has in Senku, but also the faith he has, or the belief he has in their mission. It's just like, man, I love Taiji so much. I love how they did the reactions onto figuring out that they aren't able to be picked up by the radar, because it makes a lot of sense as to how people didn't know about it beforehand. I think this episode is a lot of where Zeno kind of starts to turn to be on Senku's side. Like he can't help but want to discover as well the secrets behind the Medusa. Lastly, I love this episode too because we get to see all the people back in Corn City working together, and that it's a nice change to be to the others we have. It's a nice change to the others we have been following in South America. Yeah, last episode, I mean, like, there is an argument to be made, but I think Zeno was only like really stringing himself along. I think he was biding his time. He was trying to make sure that he was able to get all the pieces that he needed. But now I think he's kind of gone, okay, I know as much as I need to know. I don't need these kids anymore. I can do it myself. Which I think if, let's say, Stanley were to win, he takes out the Kingdom of Science, I do believe that Zeno would pick up where Senku left off. But I think at this point, the reason why he keeps contacting Stanley, the reason why he's so sneaky about it, I think he's fed up. I think he's like, okay, I know everything. You've told me everything. I don't need anything else from you. And we have seen like that little glimmer of hesitation when it comes to taking care of Senku, of dealing with Senku, quote unquote. When Stanley was asking him, all right, last chance, do you want me to shoot him or do you want me to not? There was that little bit of hesitation just because of like the connection he has with Senku, being his mentor, being his teacher. But at the end of the day, he said shoot him, and I don't think he's ever moved on from that. Yes, he's curious, but I don't think he cares to continue with the Kingdom of Science. I think he wants to do his things his own way. And yeah, like I said, it was great seeing the people in Corn City again. And hey, we got to see them again here too. They are, I forgot that they do have their own Medusa. So while Senku and everyone is making their own now, or they're making their own battery for their Medusa now, they technically can do the same thing for themselves too. And they can petrify Brody. They can petrify everyone, all their captors. They can revive Brody though. They can revive Brody. Brody's cool. Brody's cool like that. And yeah, like I said with a previous comment with Lucas Lima, with how it solves that. Like, hey, how come no one noticed all this stuff coming from space? Like, well, they don't. 21st century technology does not pick it up. We don't have a way of picking it up. Which I'm very excited to see more of, like, the lore and sci-fi aspects of Dr. Stone's world. Like, how far are we going to get into it? I mean, we got some guy on the moon. We have a potential moon base. So how much more wacky will we go? How far into the science future is this show going to commit to? I'm very interested to see that. But first, we have to deal with Stanley. The final stand comes next week. So if you enjoyed this, make sure you like, subscribe, comment down below, and yeah, join the Discord. And I'll see you all next week for more. Bye.